Hey guys, are you ready to dumb down math with me? Let's go. In the previous video that I released yesterday, I had gone through some of the basic concepts of ratio proportion. Today I'll work out a few simple problems to help you understand those concepts clearer. Now look at the problem. Here is a simple problem. A and B scored marks in a test in the ratio 2:3. When they wrote the test again, A improved the score by 5 and B by 10. The new scores are in the ratio 3:5. Find the sum of the scores of A and B in the first attempt. That means that whatever they scored when they had their scores in the ratio 2:3. Now, what is the meaning of A and B having the scores in the ratio 2:3? The score of A will be 2x and the score of B will be 3x. Well, x is what? We don't know. We know these are the scores. Now to help us identify x, there is some other data given in the problem. This is the general nature of all ratio, most of the ratio problems. Now, what do they say? A improved the score by 5. What does that mean? This becomes 2x plus 1. Similarly, B improved the score by 10. That means B's new score will be 3x plus 10. After having scored marks like this, it forms another ratio which is given to be 3:5. That means these are the scores of the A and B after they improved it. Now this is given to be equal to 3:5. This you can write, see, A is to B, this is to this means by 3x plus 10 equal to 3 by 5. Yeah, you got a simple equation. Cross multiplying and solving, you get the value of x. While cross multiplying, what do you get? 10x into 25 equal to 9x plus 30. Okay, let me use this space. Now, collect variables on the one side, 9x to the left side. What do you have? 10x minus 9x. Then constants on the other side. 30 already there. 25. This will be x equal to 5. So we have got the value of x as 5. Now what are we asked to find out? Find the sum of the scores of A and B in the first attempt. The first attempt, their scores were 2x and 3x. So sum of the scores means 2x plus 3x. This is the sum of the scores. And this is 5x. We didn't know x, but we have identified x as 5 using the additional data given in the problem. So 5 into 5. So 25. 25 is the final answer to the question. So look at this. In ratio problems, there is always a ratio given to you using which you write the actual, in this case, marks as 2x and 3x, but there is an unknown. There is a variable to be identified here for which they will give you some additional information or data in the problem using which you can fix the value of the multiple and then answer whatever they want us to answer. That is the way to go about most of the ratio problems. Now we will do one more problem. Let me read out the question. I have 5 rupee, 10 rupee and 20 rupee currency notes in the ratio 1:2:3. The total value of money is 1700 rupees. How many pieces of 20 rupee notes do I have? Okay, let me write the currency notes denominations. 5, 10, 20. And the number of pieces of these denominations are in the ratio 1:2:3. What does this mean? You can write the number as 1 into x, 2 into x, 3 into x, as discussed before. Now we are asked to find out how many pieces of 20 rupee notes do I have, which means this denotes the number of 20 rupee notes, but there is an x. To fix the value of x, there is another information given in the problem. This will be helpful. The total value of money is 1700. Now, what will be this? 5x. 5 is the denomination and x is the number of pieces of 5 currency notes with this denomination. So obviously this will be the total value of money generated by this denomination. Similarly, 10 into 2x will be the value of money generated by denomination 10, and similarly 20 into 3x value of money from the other denomination. If you sum up all this, you get the total money with me, which is given to be 1700. So can you see that there is a ratio using which we can write the actual values as x, 2x, 3x, but there is a multiple here x which we don't know. To fix the value of that multiple, there is another information given in the problem. We have framed an equation using that. Now simplify this. This will be 5x, 20x, 60x equal to 1700. This on simplification, 85x equal to 1700. Now, keep x here, 85. 85 goes twice here, so 20. So we got the value of x as 20. What is to be found out? 3x, which is the number of 20 rupee currency notes. See, 20 rupee currency notes. So that is 3x. X is found to be 20. So 3 into 20, 60. So 60 is the number of 20 rupee currency notes that I have. I'll work out one more problem so that you will get a correct idea about the ratio concept. Before winding up this video, I'll go through one more problem. The question goes like this. ABC had a total amount of 10,000 rupees. They spent 100, 150, 250 respectively. The amounts remaining with them are in the ratio 6:5:8. How much was the amount with B initially? So 10,000 is what they had initially. And how much did they spend totally? See, A spent 100, B spent 150, and the other one spent 250. So this is the total amount they have spent. Now if you remove the total money they spent together, you get the remaining balance amount with them. That is so much. This is working out 500. Now there is a ratio given in the problem, 6:5:8. This ratio is related to this balance amount and not to this amount, the initial amount they had. Now ratio means what? 6x, 5x, 8x. These are the amounts with A, B, C. You sum up, you get the total amount. Total amount when? After spending whatever they had spent. But that's given to be 9,500 in the problem. Now this implies on the left side it is 19x equal to 9,500. This implies x is equal to by 90. It goes 19 goes 5 times here, so 500. So we got the value of x. We need to find out the money B had initially. So let's find out the money B had after he spent whatever he had spent, which is given to be 150. Now 5x is the amount he had after he had spent 150 rupees. So that will be 5 into 500, which is 2,500. This is the balance amount. The question is about finding what B had before he spent 150. So you just add that 150 he spent to this balance amount to arrive at the initial amount he had. So this is the final answer to the question. Now, see, there is a slightly different approach from whatever I have gone through here. Now that you have clearly understood the ratio concept, which you need to, because the different approach may not work in all the problems. In certain problems, we got to go this way. But this problem can be looked at from a different angle. Look at this way. See, this is the initial amount, this is the amount they spent together, and the final amount is 9,500. Now, 9,500 is divided in this ratio. They are asking us to find out what B had. So, you just divide this amount in that ratio and find out how much is the value of B. This is actually A, B, C. So, what do? You divide this amount in that ratio to get C. This ratio means what? If you add up all the numbers in the ratio, 19. If the total amount is 19, B gets 5. That's the meaning of this ratio. So 9,500 into 5 by 19 will give you what? Yeah, simplify this. 2,500. And this is the balance amount after he spent 150. So you add 150 to this. You don't need to go through all this using the basic concept of ratio here. Given a ratio, you know how to divide whatever amount you have in that ratio, which is exactly what we are doing. 9,500 is related to this ratio, and you are dividing in this ratio and arrive at whatever the value of the second person, B here, which you can easily do that. But many people know this method, but they don't know why they write 19 here. See, actually that comes from here. I'll go through this again. See, the amount B had initially was this. And X is what? This much. I'm not simplifying this. I'm writing it as it is. Now look at that. That's what you have written here. Look at this. Same as this. Can you see that? So if you're thorough with the concept of ratio, in one step, rather in a couple of seconds, you can write this just by looking at the problem. You don't have to go through this, but it's very essential. You should know the basics, but because in certain problems, you will have to go this way only. This is a problem you can tackle by looking at the ratio and dividing 9,500 balance amount in that ratio and arrive at whatever B had after spending whatever he had to get the money he had initially. You just add the amount he had spent. Both are the same. Okay. If there is any step you're unable to follow in 3 of the problems I've worked out here, please raise those clarifications in your comment section and I'll address it there. See you guys in my next video, where I'll help you with a smart solution to some more tricky problems, slightly moderately difficult problems I'll be taking up in my next session. Bye for now.